What is up, everybody? How is it going? Austin Prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you are having a damn good day so far, because I sure as hell am. As you guys are tuning in, let me know how your day is going. Drop a like, give the video a like, helps other people see it. If you're watching this at a later time, hashtag replay, so that way I know that you saw it. But today, we're going to be going over, I put top 5, but I've actually got like 6 or 7 here. Reasons why the scale did not move and why it did not move in the direction that you wanted it to go, even though you may have done everything right. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And hopefully, after you finish watching this live, you will know and be able to see and identify the reasons why the scale might not have moved one week. Even though you're working out, even though you're hitting your nutrition, doing everything right that you should be doing, and yet, things just didn't pan out how you wanted it to. And you're like, what the heck? Because we've all been there where we like worked out, we've ate right, we, getting our water in, getting our steps in, getting our workouts in, we're crushing it, right? And then, check-in day or whatever it may be for you, you step on the scale, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see how much progress I made. I can't wait. And then you look and you're like, what the heck, man? It didn't even move. And maybe it did move, but it moved in the upwards direction, which is, typically the opposite of what most people want. And so that is what we're going to be talking about today. What's up, Brianna? Happy freaking Tuesday, girl. How's it going? Yeah, guys. Before, though, we jump into these possible scenarios and situations where the scale didn't move and why, I want to briefly mention that we are doing a giveaway, Valentine's Day giveaway. Announced it yesterday, and it's a post on my profile, both on Instagram and Facebook, and also TikTok. So if you are interested in the opportunity to work with us, please take advantage of that. Go follow the directions on the post. Honestly, it's been kind of excitingly overwhelming in terms of not just Facebook and Instagram, because there's been a great turnout on that as well, but not to toot my own horn a little bit, but I've over the last 2 or 3 days, I've gotten like tens of thousands of views on some of my TikToks, and so just been a little bit saturated with inquiries and things like that from people. So it's been awesome. It's been very cool. Obviously love that. Very happy about that. And so if you guys are tuning in on any of these platforms right now, I just want to say I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you, giving me the opportunity to help people and grow and learn and share, the knowledge and the support to other people who may need it or want it, right? So yeah, wouldn't be possible without you guys. So that's all I got to say. But yeah, go check out the post. I probably should have put the link in my shit, but I didn't, and it's fine. Go click on it if you are interested, or if you know a friend, go tag them in it, so that way they can take advantage of the opportunity of the giveaway. Because you never know, who you could inspire or whose life you could change by sharing it or tagging them in it if it's something that they're interested in, or sharing it privately. So cool. Let's jump into this though. So. The top 5 reasons, or 6 or 7, why the scale didn't move, even though you did everything right, right? Like even though you did everything right, the scale's not moving. You're like, what the heck, man? Like this is not cool. Like I'm busting my ass over here, working out, eating right, and doing the things that I feel like I should be doing, but the scale's not moving. Like that's not cool. And so that's what we're going to talk about. And so reason number one, right? Reason number one, I want to get it out of the way because I know that this is probably the one that everybody hears the most often, but I have to mention it. And it's human error. It's human error. This is the first one. I'm going to give the more specific ones, assuming you did everything right. But human error, right? Like humans, we're messy sometimes, right? We do our best, but we're messy sometimes. We screw up sometimes, and that's okay. So human error, right? The scale didn't move. Why? Maybe you tracked something wrong, right? Maybe it wasn't on purpose, right? Maybe you tracked something wrong. Maybe you thought you had, 99, I don't know, maybe you thought you had 99 lean turkey, but it ended up being like 80-20 or something like that. And it's like all those extra fat calories. And you're like, oh, shit. Or maybe you weighed it wrong or whatever it may have been. Maybe that happened, right, with tracking your food. Maybe you weighed things wrong or something like that happened. It happens, right? It's human error. So maybe that's what happened, and that's why you ate too many calories on accident. Or Maybe you still have your freaking clothes on while you're weighing yourself on the scale, right? We've all been there before. But you'd be surprised at how much clothes weigh and how much your outfits can change the weight that you when you step on the scale. Like, if you're wearing like jeans or something or shoes, I hope you don't have shoes on first thing in the morning when you're weighing yourself. But hey, if that is the case, you should be weighing yourself at the same time every single day, right? At the same time every single day, without any clothes on. You should be doing it that way. And so maybe you had clothes on, right? Maybe you, at the end of the day, so those are like the human error things that could have happened, right? As to why your, weight loss did not happen, why the scale didn't move. So human error is a possibility, right? It always is, even if we're not aware of it, right? It can happen sometimes to the best of us. Now that that one's out of the way, here's more practical ones. You have food in your body still. Maybe you had a big meal the night before, right? Maybe you had a bigger meal than the night before, or maybe you ate a little bit later in the day than you normally would, right? And that's why you have this extra weight. That's why the scale didn't move. Maybe you have food in your body, right? Because you had a big meal the night before. Maybe you drank a lot of water the night before you went to bed. Maybe you drank some water the first thing in the morning, and you didn't, account for that, or you weren't thinking of that, or maybe you didn't even like realize you're like, oh man, I didn't even think that that would impact it. But every time we put food in our body, or we drink water, or even or whatever we're doing, every time that we do something, or we're adding something to our body, whether it's like clothes or food or water, that adds weight to the scale, and we need to account for that by trying to trying to account for all those like potential factors as best as possible. Okay, so that's another one, right? Water weight is a huge reason and water weight and water retention plays a big role in a lot of these other reasons that I'm going to talk about that could have been the reason why the scale didn't move for you. Salty food. Maybe you had maybe you had a big meal the night before and you didn't think about that, or maybe you had a salty meal, or maybe both, and the both of those things are playing a role and playing a factor in why the scale didn't move, right? So salty food, sodium. When you consume sodium, your body will either it's trying to find that balance, and so maybe if you consume an excess of sodium, you're going to hold on to more water during that time. If you don't get enough salt in your diet, maybe you're going to have a little bit less. Like, it just depends. But the body is like this like environment that's trying to be in like homeostasis. So if you consume a lot of salt, it's your body's probably going to your body wants to stay hydrated, so you're going to hold on to more water, and water retention can happen in that sense as well. So salty food. Another reason. Did you drink booze last night? Even if you were within your calorie range, right? Even if you were within your calorie range, for the alcohol, it's okay. It's not fat that you've gained. It's almost certainly water weight. And again, water retention from booze is a super common thing that can happen. Sometimes the opposite can happen too. Booze is one of those ones that it in some ways it can act as like a dehydrator, I've noticed. But then whenever you put it in tandem with some other factors, like some of the food that you might eat or whatever it may have been, um, you know, I've had times where I've weighed a lot more because I had drinks the night before, and I've had moments where I weighed a lot less because I had some drinks the night before. And so booze is one of those funny ones that it can sometimes go either way. From personal experience, from what I've noticed and what I've noticed from other people. So booze is another one. Maybe you drank the night before. Maybe that's why you're higher on the scale because of water weight, right? Another one. Okay, so this one's specific to the ladies. So hormones from your menstrual cycle, from the time of the month, like that, every 2 weeks, time and time again for my clients that I work with. Every not every 2 weeks, at least once a month, right? It feels like every 2 weeks, but like once every like 3 weeks, right? 3.5 weeks. Guess what? Even though they did everything right, the scale's not gonna. It doesn't move. Why? Because whenever it is your time of the month, your hormones will impact water retention. Your hormones will impact, how much like you might be, and this is excluding human error, but also whenever you're on your menstrual cycle, most people feel like shit and they're more sedentary. They don't move around as much as they normally would. So again, maybe holding on to more water weight. Another thing that happens very commonly, and this is one that I want everybody to think about, is the bathroom. Right? Did did you go to the bathroom right before you weighed yourself? Because something that I have all my clients do and I encourage them to do is, one, weigh yourself at the same time every single day. Use the same scale. Do it at don't wear clothes when you do it, and make sure that you use the bathroom before you weigh yourself, because those things impact what the scale says. And more than what you think. And so ask yourself, if when was the last time that, and this is one to keep in mind that goes in tandem with menstrual cycles, is, are you constipated? Like, when was the last time that you went to the bathroom or had a bowel movement, right? Was it a couple of days ago? That shit is literally impacting your scale. Okay, yeah, no, yeah, Leah, I see your comment. I'm glad you tuned in and jumped in on that. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, yeah, Leah had like gained 7 pounds when she was, yeah, I see it at least 7 pounds. Yeah, it can make that big of an impact. What's up, Kira? How's it going? And so, it's one of those things like those things make a big freaking difference at times. And so, every time you weigh yourself, think about these things going into it, right? If the scale doesn't move, I don't want you to instantly think, man, like I suck, I screwed up, like what is wrong with me? Like this isn't working. Don't think that, because it's very likely working if you follow the plan, right? If you ate correctly, you did your workouts, you got your steps in, you got your water in, things like that. If you did those things, you almost certainly lost weight. You almost certainly burned fat. You almost certainly technically have a more a body composition that's in more alignment with your goals than you did before. But you can't let it get into your head whenever you see that the scale didn't move, because all of these other factors could be at play that are determining whether or not whether or not you saw like true progress or not. Most of the time for my clients, it is almost certainly it's not fat gain. It's just water weight or food weight or whatever, like any of these things. And another thing too, if you're somebody who's been doing keto for a very long time, right? Or some of these other diets that typically restrict carbs, and you stop doing that, right? Or you consume any carbs for that matter, during that period of time, what happens, and this is why people gain, this is also why people lose so much weight so quickly on keto, is because your glycogen stores are being depleted. And then when you consume carbs again after, having those been depleted, you will gain, you'll gain it all back, right? And glycogen's just it's essentially how your body stores carbs. It's stored glucose. That's what glycogen is. And it you can that's why people gain and lose, like like they're like, oh my gosh, I lost 5 to 10 pounds doing keto like the first like 2 weeks. It's like, yeah, but it wasn't fat. It was stored glucose in your body that you no longer have because you depleted it. And so that's what happens a lot of times too. And so if you just stop doing some sort of fad diet recently, guess what? And you start doing something else, you're shifting your body's like environment around, and things are going to change. And just expect that change, and just know that, again, if you're doing everything by the books and you're following a plan, and assuming you have a good plan to begin with, right? And if you've got a coach, then hey, you probably got a good plan, hopefully. And so, it's just one of those things that you need to take into consideration. And you just know that you didn't gain fat, and tell yourself that, and don't beat yourself up, and be nice. And I tell this to my clients, be fucking nice to yourself, right? Be nice to yourself, and just keep your head down, stay consistent, keep doing what needs to be done. And I guarantee you're going to be happy with what the scale says the next time. And if you don't believe me, right, like wait a couple of days, wait like 2 or 3 days, keep doing everything right, and then weigh yourself again. I bet you it's going to change. Like the scale can vary, like from the morning till night. Like my own scale, like I've had it change, like 10 pounds because I drank a shit ton of water and I ate a bunch of food. Like like it can shift like crazy, even within the same day, very, very, very easily. And so the next time that you're like looking at the scale and you're like thinking like God, I screwed up. Like what is wrong with me? This plan's not working. Everybody else goes through that same shit too. But what makes the difference between somebody who's going to reach their goals and somebody who's going to fail and quit is sticking to it, staying on the wagon, not letting it like throw you off and press the fuck it button and quit, right? So stick with it, stick to your goals. You guys are going to get there. You're going to reach your goals. You're going to feel, you're going to feel accomplished at the end of the day. But you have to stay consistent. You have to trust the process, assuming you have a good process. And just know that it's completely normal for the scale to fluctuate. I see another comment here. Also, for nursing moms, I weigh myself before and after morning nursing sessions. Sometimes the difference is half pound. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another big one too. Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, that can make a big difference too. Like again, it's the concept of like of solids or fluids entering or leaving your body, right? And nursing is definitely one of those like things that can be at play too. So yeah, guys, hope that this was valuable. Hope that you got value from this. Please let me know your number one takeaway in the comments down below. What was one that you might not have known about or had thought about or didn't know before you met me? Now you do know. And feel free to give this video a like. Helps other people see this. I hope that you guys got value from this, though. Hope that this was helpful. And again, just a reminder, we are doing that giveaway. So make sure if you are interested in it, or if you know somebody who might be interested in it, go drop a comment, go follow the instructions on the post, and stay tuned because we will be announcing the winner for it at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Tomorrow on Wednesday, 6 p.m. PST. So stay tuned. Make sure to go apply though if you or somebody you know is interested in it. And yeah, let's make this the best giveaway ever. But yeah, other than that though, guys, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And I hope you have a great freaking rest of your day. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.